find that a lot of people within that group is they want to, but they overcomplicate so many things. They have this
Yeah.
image of what real estate investing is like, and they think they have to go from 0 to 100, that mindset right away. Whereas you're going, hey, just do this first. Come
Yeah.
back to me when you're done that part, and then come back to me when done the second part, which makes it so much easier. But the mindset has to change first.
Yeah.
You can't know everything.
But here's the cool thing. Whenever, people are coming to my room 3 times a week, they're seeing the other people doing it. They're seeing the other people that had zero sitting in that same, Zoom call or whatever, and they're talking about the deals and they're going through the process of getting it under contract and inspecting it and buying it and fixing it and putting the tenant in place. And that's like shown. So, a lot of the mindset changes when you get around people that are doing it,
You
right?
start feeling left out. You're like, oh man, I've been here longer than
You
that person.
well, you start also being, it's like the seagull kind of thing, one takes off, then the other two take off. The next thing you know, everybody's taken off. And so it works out really great. So the people that show up to the room, they get traction, they get honest feedback from the group, and it's the secret sauce.
Mhm. One thing that most people get challenged with after they have X amount of properties is managing the properties, managing the tenants. You have a system, the home guardian approach. Can you share a little bit about that?
Sure. So home guardian, so who do you want to rent from, right? Do you want to rent from a landlord or do you want to rent from a home guardian, which is pretty much a mixture of a real estate investor, a volunteer, and a, management company, like a landlord, right? But the whole thing is whenever you are looking at who you're going to stay with and who you're going to live with, I know that my tenants are my biggest players on my team. Okay. They're the ones that are going to, make you financially free. They're the ones that are going to allow you to wake up and decide what you want to do and, where you want to be the rest of your life. And it's amazing at how many real estate investors hate their tenants and they talk bad about them. And, granted, there's some that are total headaches for sure. Okay. But the cost benefit analysis is there, right? And unfortunately, some people get better respect and better service, and an attitude to a waiter who's bringing you a $50 steak, right? Than a resident who is paying you 12,000 a year, right?
True.
So it's one of those things where you look at it and I want everyone that is around me to kind of look at it from the perspective of being a home guardian versus being a landlord or being just a real estate investor. And so the community service volunteer aspect of it is if someone is behind on their monthly payments, like my office, my team will send them all the assistance program people to go call to get some assistance, right? I don't know of any landlords that are really doing that and helping them get some rental assistance if they lost a job or there's a medical kind of thing. Like it happens, it's life, right? So why not, you're the smarter of this, situation at the moment with being able to support people. So why not do it for the biggest players on your team, right? And I understand you have to evict people whenever they don't want to help themselves, but we do the best that we can to be able to get them that rental assistance and get them to learn from it. And it's been very successful with what we do. We work with nonprofits and we work with Section 8 as well. I work with normal conventional residents. And there's the NACA program, which no money down, no closing costs and everything, cheapest money on the street. So I give this information to them as well as fixing their credit or being able to do a resume if they lost a job so they can get traction a lot faster. And it's just going, and it doesn't have to be a long time. It's anywhere like my office sending a text message takes what, 15 seconds?
Right.
So 15 seconds can change someone's life as well as 30 minutes of attention. Because I remember seeing this one lady that came into the office like for 2 weeks trying to find a job and she just couldn't do it. And I saw her on my delinquency. And finally I told her, I go, you know what? Office closes at 6. Come back here dressed to interview with me. I want to see what's going on here. Right? She showed up. That was the craziest interview I've ever been. So I got to give her some honest feedback and she got a job, I would say within the next week after she did some, curbing of things. And it was her dream job as a social worker and everything. But her interviewing was horrible. I like, I've even done this with
Oh,
some of my,
you're giving me you're teasing. Come on.
I Yeah, like
Okay,
no,
jokes.
she like I don't when she came to interview with me, she changed her voice. It was some kind of high, like she was trying to play this role about something. And I go, I know you, and I don't know who this is, right? And then there's other things too where it's like, take the hot pink fingernails off. Okay. Go ahead and make sure that you're dressed, not for the club. You want to be dressed professionally to be able to go and land the job that you're looking for. Look at the people of who you're positioning yourself with and just replicate what they look like. Because when you're being interviewed, I have to be able to see that you could fit the role that I'm looking, and are you going to represent me well? Or are you going to look a little crazy? Right. So like I'm the person giving the honest feedback. And I know it's not very, comfortable for some people, but I am openly sharing those sorts of things. I'm not the person that's gonna, not say anything and, talk behind their back about it, right?
Lego as a metaphor for success. How is Lego like success?
So Lego as in the toys?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I would have to say Legos. I used to play with them all the time. So I used to envision building all the castles and the houses and the buildings with my Legos. So I would say with real estate investing, play with Legos, get your children to play with Legos so they can start envisioning a future of being a trust fund baby because you're going to have a real estate portfolio. And guess what? It's going to start with Legos and also those peel and stick stickers in the sticker book.
Nicely done, bringing it all the way back to the beginning. Thank you very much for your time. That's how Lego is like success.